Imagine a solitary figure, a youthful emperor, seated within the confines of his campaign tent, the flickering candlelight casting long, dancing shadows across the parchment before him. Beyond the tent's canvas walls, his legions, the most formidable army the world had ever known, lay in slumber, their collective might a testament to his dominion. Yet, amidst this backdrop of unparalleled power, his thoughts were not consumed by tales of conquest or the pursuit of ephemeral glory. Instead, his pen danced across the page, capturing the arduous daily battle to master the tempest within himself. He meticulously recorded his observations. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, never envisioned that his private meditations would endure through the ages, resonating with millions across 2 millennia. He understood that true, enduring success, the kind that withstands the trials of chaos and challenge, originates from the inner sanctum of one's being. And he was not alone in this profound understanding. Today we embark on a journey to uncover 6 ancient secrets of success, habits so potent they have reshaped lives across the vast expanse of time. But before we delve into these timeless principles, I would like to take a moment to ask you something. Have you ever paused to observe how some individuals remain steadfast, unyielding in the face of adversity, while others succumb to the slightest pressure? These exceptional individuals seem to emerge stronger from each trial. What is the secret to their resilience? The answer lies in a philosophy that guided emperors and offered solace to the enslaved, a wisdom that transforms obstacles into opportunities. I am speaking of Stoicism, but not the sterile, emotionless caricature often portrayed. No, this is Stoicism in its truest form, a practical, actionable philosophy that has quietly shaped the lives of some of history's most remarkable figures. And here is a truth that will intrigue you. When we examine the habits of today's most successful individuals, the visionary entrepreneurs, the champion athletes, and the groundbreaking artists, we discover that they are, often unconsciously, adhering to these same ancient principles. However, the majority of people approach success from the wrong angle, chasing it as if it were an external prize to be captured. The Stoics understood that genuine success is cultivated from within, through the consistent practice of daily habits that fundamentally transform who we are. If you are enjoying this content, please take a moment to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Habit 1. Let us begin with the first habit, the cultivation of hard work, but not in the conventional sense. Envision a young man in ancient China, his gaze fixed upon a colossal mountain that loomed near his village. While others perceived an insurmountable obstacle, he saw a challenge to be overcome. He seized a pickaxe and began chipping away at the mountain's base. The villagers mocked him, proclaiming, "You will never move that mountain. It is impossible." The old man smiled and replied, "I may not complete this task in my lifetime, but the mountain grows smaller each day, while my resolve grows stronger. And I have sons, and they will have sons. The mountain does not stand a chance." This tale, known as the story of the foolish old man who moved mountains, has been passed down through Chinese history. However, most people miss the central point. The story is not about the mountain itself, but about the transformative effect of persistent effort. Epictetus, a formerly enslaved person who rose to become one of history's greatest philosophers, articulated it thus: "Do not tell me what a man's principles are. Tell me what he does, and I will tell you what his principles are." This is where modern hustle culture often falters. It is not about pushing oneself to the brink of exhaustion, but about showing up daily with purpose, understanding that each small action shapes your circumstances and character. Reflect upon this. Every time you choose the more challenging path, the early morning, the extra repetition, the difficult conversation, you are not merely working, you are building something far more valuable than external success. You are cultivating the internal fortitude that renders success inevitable. Every action builds upon the last. Habit 2. Now let us explore the second habit, patience. But I must clarify, this is not the passive, languid patience that allows life to drift by. This is the active, deliberate patience that understands the rhythms of growth and the nature of time. This is the patience that allows a seed to grow into a mighty tree, knowing that the process takes time and care. Think of the farmer who plants his crops, knowing that he must wait, nurture, and tend to them before he can reap the harvest. This patience is not about inaction, but about understanding the proper timing for action. It is about recognizing that some things cannot be rushed, that true greatness is built over time with consistent, deliberate effort. The Stoics understood that the universe operates on its own timeline and that attempting to force or rush the process is futile. They understood that true strength lies in accepting what is beyond our control and focusing our energy on what we can influence. This is the patience that allows us to weather storms, to endure setbacks, and to emerge stronger on the other side. This is the patience that allows us to build lasting success, brick by brick, day by day, knowing that the journey is as important as the destination. These are just 2 of the 6 ancient habits that have shaped the lives of countless individuals throughout history. By embracing these principles, we can cultivate the inner strength and resilience that are essential for navigating the challenges of life and achieving true, lasting success. Remember, success is not something to be chased, but something to be cultivated from within. It is built upon the foundation of daily habits that transform who we are. And as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Habit 3. A cornerstone of Stoic mastery, a principle often glossed over by contemporary purveyors of success, a truth as ancient and profound as the very stones of the Acropolis. This is the habit of sacrifice, not as a grim act of deprivation, but as a deliberate and enlightened exchange, a necessary shedding of the old to make way for the new. Imagine, if you will, the bustling agora of ancient Athens, where philosophers and merchants mingled, where the pursuit of wisdom was as vital as the pursuit of commerce. Amongst them, a young aspirant, eager to grasp the secrets of true fulfillment, sought out a seasoned Stoic master. This master, with eyes that held the weight of countless contemplations, invited the youth to join him for a simple meal. As they sat, the master began to fill the young aspirant's bowl, not with food but with water. The bowl filled, then overflowed, the water spilling onto the table, yet the master continued to pour. The aspirant, initially perplexed, then increasingly frustrated, finally could no longer contain his bewilderment. "Master," he exclaimed, "the bowl is overflowing. No more can be contained." The master, with a gentle smile that conveyed both understanding and profound insight, ceased pouring. "You are like this bowl," he said, "so full of your own preconceived notions, desires, and ambitions. How can you hope to learn anything new unless you first empty yourself?" This anecdote, echoing the wisdom of the Zen master and the samurai, is not merely a lesson in humility, but a profound revelation about the nature of sacrifice, a truth that resonates through the ages, a truth that every individual who has achieved true and lasting success has come to understand. To acquire something truly valuable, one must first create the necessary space by relinquishing that which no longer serves. This is the essence of Stoic sacrifice, a conscious and deliberate act of letting go. In the heart of this principle lies the understanding that sacrifice is not about surrendering the things we cherish, but about prioritizing the things we cherish even more. It is about having such a crystal-clear vision of the person we aspire to become that the act of relinquishing lesser attachments feels not like a loss, but like a natural and inevitable progression. Consider the words of Epictetus, who cautioned, "If you wish to improve, be content to appear foolish and stupid." This is a profound challenge, a call to abandon the comfort of perceived competence and embrace the vulnerability of learning. Are we willing to endure the discomfort of appearing foolish, to step outside the familiar confines of our comfort zones, to sacrifice our current limited identities for the boundless potential of who we could become? This is the crux of the matter, the point where most individuals falter. They cling to the familiar, the safe, the comfortable, unable to relinquish the branch, even as the opportunity to soar beckons. The human mind, as modern research confirms, is inherently predisposed to hold on to what it possesses, a phenomenon known as the endowment effect. This instinct, while serving a vital purpose in our evolutionary past, often acts as a formidable obstacle to our present and future growth. The Stoics, with their profound understanding of human nature, recognized this tendency and sought to counteract it through the practice of emotional sacrifice. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, urged, "Get rid of the judgment, get rid of the 'I am hurt,' and you get rid of the hurt itself." He was speaking of the necessity to relinquish the narratives we construct around our experiences, the stories that perpetuate our suffering and limit our potential. These emotional sacrifices, these deliberate acts of letting go of limiting beliefs and negative emotions, are as essential as any physical sacrifice. Now, let us bring this abstract concept of sacrifice into the realm of practical application. What does it mean for you, here and now? It means that true success demands a profound clarity regarding what you are willing to relinquish. It might be the allure of a few extra hours of sleep, the false security of a job that no longer challenges you, or the comfortable but ultimately stifling identity of someone who avoids failure by avoiding genuine effort. The Stoics would pose a penetrating question. What are you clinging to that is preventing you from moving forward? What are the branches that, while offering temporary comfort, are ultimately holding you back from your true potential? This is not a call to reckless abandon, but a summons to deliberate and thoughtful discernment, a careful evaluation of the costs and benefits of our attachments. And as we consider these sacrifices, it is essential to connect them to the fourth habit, consistency. For without the unwavering dedication to our chosen path, even the most profound sacrifices will yield little fruit. Consistency, the steadfast commitment to our goals, is the fertile ground in which the seeds of sacrifice blossom into the fruits of achievement. Just as the Zen master consistently poured the tea and Mansa Musa consistently sought wisdom, we must consistently apply the lessons of sacrifice to our lives, day in and day out, to truly embody the Stoic ideal. Habit 4. Imagine a grand tapestry, woven not with threads of silk and gold, but with the very fabric of your actions, your choices, and your unwavering dedication. This tapestry, much like the intricate root system of a mighty tree, remains hidden for a time, growing silently, steadily, and deeply beneath the surface of daily life. We often witness the sudden, breathtaking emergence of success, the seemingly overnight triumph, and marvel at its apparent magic. However, true understanding lies not in the fleeting spectacle of the finished product, but in the unseen years of consistent, often arduous, cultivation. Just as the towering bamboo, a symbol of resilience and strength, spends its first 4 years diligently building its subterranean foundation, so too must we nurture the roots of our own potential. The world sees the dramatic 90-foot ascent in 6 weeks, a testament to the visible culmination of effort. Yet the sage understands that this growth is not a sudden miracle, but the inevitable outcome of 5 years of unwavering commitment. This is where the true essence of consistency eludes many. They mistake the fleeting bloom for the enduring root, the superficial result for the profound process. To grasp the Stoic ideal, we must delve beyond the surface, recognizing that the invisible work, the daily dedication, is the bedrock upon which all lasting achievement is built. The Stoic philosophers, with their profound understanding of human nature, articulated this principle through compelling metaphors and practical wisdom. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, likened philosophy, and indeed any pursuit of excellence, to a fertile field, not a mere garden of ephemeral beauty. This field, he suggested, yields consistent, reliable nourishment, a metaphor for the enduring strength and stability that comes from sustained effort. Modern neuroscience, with its intricate mapping of the brain's pathways, corroborates this ancient wisdom. Every repeated action, every consistent practice, reinforces neural pathways through a process called myelination, essentially paving the roads of our minds. The more we traverse these pathways, the smoother and faster they become, enabling us to navigate life with greater ease and efficiency. Musonius Rufus, the Roman Socrates, echoed this sentiment, emphasizing that habit is fortified by practice and further strengthened by more practice still. Excellence, he taught, is not a singular act, but a habit cultivated through countless repetitions, a testament to the power of unwavering consistency. This understanding, rooted in observation and practical application, transcends the limitations of fleeting motivation, anchoring us in a steadfast commitment to our chosen path. To further illuminate the power of consistency, consider the timeless wisdom of the Native American tradition, a story that resonates with the Stoic ethos. An elder recounts the tale of 2 wolves battling within each person, one representing fear, anger, and self-doubt, the other embodying courage, kindness, and perseverance. When the grandson asks which wolf prevails, the elder responds, "The one you feed consistently." This profound insight underscores the importance of nurturing the virtues we seek to cultivate, of consistently choosing actions that align with our highest aspirations. However, consistency is not synonymous with perfection. The Stoics understood that deviations from the path are inevitable. The key, they believed, lies in the practice of returning to the path, in acknowledging our missteps and resolutely resuming our journey. Like water flowing down a mountain, adapting to obstacles and persisting towards its destination, we must embrace flexibility and resilience in our pursuit of excellence. Epictetus, with his characteristic clarity, advised, "Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will. Then your life will flow well." This acceptance of reality, coupled with unwavering dedication, forms the cornerstone of true consistency. The essence of consistency extends beyond mere repetition of actions. It encompasses the transformation of character, the cultivation of our best selves, regardless of external circumstances. It is in the moments of weariness, discouragement, and solitude that our true consistency is revealed. Every day presents an opportunity to either strengthen or erode our commitment to ourselves. Each time we honor our word, we not only accomplish a task, but also reinforce our integrity, becoming individuals who can be relied upon, beginning with ourselves. The Japanese principles of Kaizen, continuous improvement through small, consistent steps, and Danari, the art of decluttering to focus on what truly matters, further enrich this understanding. By integrating these concepts with Stoic wisdom, we recognize that consistency is not about accumulating more tasks, but about diligently performing the right tasks with unwavering focus and dedication. As we conclude this exploration of sacrifice and consistency, let us reflect on the transformative power of small, consistent actions. What single action, if performed consistently, could reshape your life over the next year? What sacrifices are necessary to ensure this consistency? Remember, the path to extraordinary achievement is paved with ordinary days, consistently invested in your chosen direction. This unwavering commitment, this steadfast dedication to our principles, is the true magic that transforms potential into reality. Now, let us turn our attention to the fifth habit, discipline, but not as discipline is conventionally understood. Habit 5. Indeed, while contemporary self-help often presents discipline as a relentless battle against internal resistance, the Stoics possessed a more nuanced and profound understanding of this essential virtue. Let us delve into an illustrative narrative from antiquity, one that encapsulates this Stoic wisdom with remarkable clarity. You are undoubtedly familiar with the epic tale of Odysseus's arduous voyage home following the Trojan War. However, a specific episode from his Odyssey holds particular significance for our exploration of discipline. As Odysseus and his crew navigated the treacherous seas, they approached the island of the Sirens, mythical creatures whose enchanting melodies had lured countless mariners to their doom. Recognizing the perilous nature of this encounter, Odysseus devised a strategy that transcended mere willpower. Instead of relying on his capacity to resist the Sirens' allure, he instructed his crew to bind him securely to the ship's mast and to plug their own ears with wax, rendering them impervious to the seductive songs. This ingenious approach effectively created a system of discipline that rendered failure virtually impossible. It was not an admission of weakness, but rather a demonstration of profound wisdom. True discipline, as the Stoics understood it, does not necessitate a perpetual struggle against one's desires. Instead, it involves the creation of environments and systems that make success almost inevitable, aligning our actions with our intended outcomes. This understanding of discipline is not about constant self-denial, but rather it is about creating a path that naturally leads to the desired outcome. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus, whose life journey began in servitude and culminated in his emergence as one of history's most revered teachers, articulated this principle succinctly. No man is free who is not master of himself. However, Epictetus's teachings extended beyond the mere assertion of self-mastery. He emphasized that true mastery stems not from a relentless internal conflict, but from a deep understanding and harmonious alignment with one's inherent nature. Consider the compelling story of Damo, the daughter of Pythagoras. Upon her father's passing, he entrusted her with his invaluable manuscripts, exacting a solemn promise that she would never sell them. Despite facing dire poverty, Damo remained steadfast in her commitment, safeguarding the manuscripts throughout her life. She declared, "I would rather die in poverty, obeying my father's wishes, than sell them for any price." This unwavering dedication was not merely an act of stubborn determination, it was a manifestation of a clarity of purpose so profound that discipline became an automatic and effortless expression of her values. Modern psychology refers to this phenomenon as choice architecture, the deliberate design of one's environment to facilitate desirable choices and behaviors. The Stoics, in their wisdom, were practicing this very principle over 2 millennia ago. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, exemplified this by placing his bed on the floor, thereby diminishing the temptation to linger in comfort. He was not engaged in a constant battle against his desire for ease. Rather, he was strategically removing the option of indulgence altogether. This is the understanding that many miss when they try to apply discipline. They think it is about the constant denial of pleasurable things, when in reality it is about creating a life that naturally leads to the outcomes that are desired. However, a prevalent misconception regarding discipline is the notion that it revolves around restriction and denial, a relentless series of no's. True discipline, the Stoics understood, is fundamentally about affirming a greater purpose, a compelling vision that propels one forward with irresistible momentum. It is about aligning one's actions with a grander objective, transforming discipline from a burdensome obligation into an intrinsic drive. Consider the ancient Chinese tale of the archer Ye, who dedicated countless years to perfecting his craft. When asked what would happen if he missed the target, Ye responded, "A master archer is not concerned with hitting the target, he is concerned with perfecting his form." By meticulously refining his technique, hitting the target became a natural and effortless consequence. This is the essence of true discipline, not a forced march of willpower, but a harmonious flow of dedicated practice. When discipline is understood in this light, it ceases to be a punitive measure and instead becomes a liberating force, empowering individuals to achieve their full potential. Furthermore, the Stoics recognize that discipline extends beyond the control of external actions. It encompasses the mastery of internal reactions. Epictetus taught that it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This is the discipline of the mind, a far more potent form of self-control than mere physical discipline. This mental fortitude allows individuals to navigate life's inevitable challenges with equanimity and resilience, transforming adversity into opportunities for growth and self-discovery. This understanding of mental discipline brings us to the final point, the control of reactions. Habit 6. The fleeting, digitally constructed bravado that permeates modern social media often masquerades as genuine self-confidence, a veneer of curated perfection that crumbles under the slightest pressure. However, what we truly seek, and what the ancient Stoics meticulously cultivated, is something far more profound: self-sufficiency. This isn't the superficial swagger of likes and shares, but an unshakable inner citadel, a deep-seated knowledge of one's intrinsic worth and inherent capabilities, impervious to the whims of external validation. It's a quiet strength born of rigorous self-examination and the acceptance of one's own fallibility, a bedrock upon which true resilience is built. Imagine, if you will, the trials of Nelson Mandela, confined to a prison cell for decades, yet emerging with his spirit unbroken, his resolve strengthened. Or consider the quiet fortitude of Viktor Frankl, finding meaning amidst the horrors of Auschwitz, discovering that even in the most abject circumstances, human dignity remains intact. These are not mere tales of survival, but testaments to the power of internal fortitude, a Stoic understanding that external events do not define the essence of a human being. This self-sufficiency allows one to navigate the storms of life with equanimity, knowing that one's value is not contingent upon the fickle tides of fortune. This profound self-confidence is not a naive optimism, a blind faith that all will always be well. Rather, it is a realistic appraisal of one's ability to endure and adapt, a recognition that even in the face of adversity, one possesses the inner resources to persevere. The Stoics, with their keen understanding of human nature, recognized this truth centuries ago. Seneca, in his letters, cautioned against preemptive suffering, reminding us that he suffers more than necessary who suffers before it is necessary. True self-confidence, therefore, is not the belief that one will always succeed, but the unwavering conviction that one will be all right, even if one fails. It is the ability to confront setbacks and failures, not as devastating blows, but as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Consider the common misconception that confidence is built solely upon a string of victories. In reality, it is the ability to rise from the ashes of defeat, to learn from one's mistakes, and to emerge stronger and wiser. Each time you stumble and regain your footing, you are not merely returning to your previous state. You are forging a more resilient and enduring sense of self. This process of overcoming adversity, of transforming setbacks into stepping stones, is the crucible in which true self-confidence is forged. It is the recognition that imperfections are not flaws to be hidden, but integral parts of our journey, adding depth and richness to our character. The Japanese art of kintsugi, the practice of repairing broken pottery with gold, offers a powerful metaphor for this concept. The repaired object is not merely restored, it is rendered more beautiful and valuable than the original. Its cracks and fissures transformed into golden seams that tell a story of resilience and transformation. This is the essence of true self-confidence, the ability to embrace one's imperfections, to recognize that challenges and failures are not blemishes to be concealed, but the very elements that make us unique and valuable. However, the crucial insight that many overlook is that self-confidence is not a passive emotion, a feeling that one simply awaits. It is an active habit, a skill that is cultivated through consistent practice and deliberate action. It is built through small acts of courage, through facing one's fears, speaking one's truth, and standing one's ground. The Stoics understood this, and they devised practical exercises to cultivate this inner strength. They would regularly practice voluntary deprivation, deliberately foregoing comforts they could easily afford, not for the sake of asceticism, but to demonstrate to themselves that they could endure hardship. This practice instilled a profound sense of self-reliance, a knowledge that one could handle the worst that life could throw, thereby diminishing the fear of adversity. This experiential confidence, grounded in lived experience, is far more robust and enduring than any ephemeral sense of self-assurance derived from external sources. As we weave together these Stoic principles, hard work, patience, sacrifice, consistency, discipline, and self-confidence, we begin to see a remarkable synergy. They are not isolated traits, but interconnected facets of a single, multifaceted diamond, each reinforcing and amplifying the others. Hard work builds confidence, patience enables consistency, sacrifice strengthens discipline, and so on. They work in concert to create a whole that is greater than the sum of its parts. Recall the image of Marcus Aurelius, writing by candlelight, engaged in the arduous task of self-reflection. He was not merely practicing a single virtue, but embodying all six, demonstrating the hard work of introspection, the patience to cultivate wisdom, the sacrifice of comfort for growth, the consistency of daily practice, the discipline to confront uncomfortable truths, and the self-confidence to know that his efforts, however unseen, were of intrinsic value. This holistic approach to self-improvement, this integration of Stoic principles into daily life, is the key to unlocking one's full potential. Therefore, the challenge is not to attempt to master all these habits simultaneously, but to begin with one, to focus on a single, manageable practice that can be integrated into daily life. It might be the simple act of making one's bed each morning, a small exercise in discipline. It could be dedicating 10 minutes to quiet reflection, cultivating patience and mindfulness. Or it might involve stepping outside one's comfort zone, making a deliberate sacrifice for the sake of growth. Whatever the chosen practice, the key is consistency, the unwavering commitment to daily action. Success, as the Stoics understood, is not a singular event, but an emergent process, a gradual unfolding of potential. Like a butterfly emerging from a chrysalis, one's success will emerge from the consistent practice of these timeless habits. The wisdom of the ages has proven their efficacy. The only question is whether you will have the courage to begin, to trust in this ancient wisdom, and to embark on the journey of self-transformation. Remember, the Stoics were not striving for extraordinary feats. They were simply seeking to live in accordance with nature and truth. In doing so, they became unforgettable, leaving a legacy of wisdom that continues to inspire and guide us today. Let us conclude with a modern example that embodies these Stoic principles, the story of Cristiano Ronaldo. From a humble beginning on the island of Madeira, he rose to become one of the greatest footballers of all time, not through innate talent alone, but through the relentless application of hard work, patience, sacrifice, consistency, discipline, and self-confidence. As a young boy, he would practice alone in the dark, tying weights to his feet to enhance his dribbling skills. He left his family at the age of 11 to pursue his dream, enduring the rigors of professional training while his peers enjoyed the comforts of childhood. He would stay after practice, perfecting his free kicks, driven by a quiet confidence that he would become the best in the world. He systematically transformed his game, rebuilding his technique and physique, demonstrating the power of discipline and patience. Even at the height of his success, he maintained his rigorous training regimen, his commitment to these habits unwavering. And when faced with setbacks, he responded not with words, but with action, using each challenge as an opportunity to grow stronger. His story is a testament to the transformative power of these Stoic principles, a reminder that greatness is not reserved for the gifted few, but is attainable by anyone who embraces these habits with unwavering dedication. Therefore, ask yourself, what is your equivalent of Ronaldo's late-night training? What dream are you willing to sacrifice for? What habit are you ready to cultivate, not for a fleeting moment, but as an integral part of your identity? So let us linger for a moment on the implications of this. It's not merely about achieving fame or fortune, though those may be byproducts. It's about crafting a life of meaning, a life lived in alignment with your deepest values. It's about becoming the architect of your own character, the sculptor of your own destiny. The Stoics understood that true freedom lies not in external circumstances, but in internal mastery. That the ability to choose your response to any situation, to find tranquility amidst chaos, is the ultimate expression of human agency. This isn't a passive acceptance of fate, but an active engagement with life, a conscious decision to shape your experiences rather than be shaped by them. Consider the notion of amor fati, the Stoic embrace of fate. It's not about surrendering to whatever life throws your way, but about finding beauty and purpose in every moment, even the most challenging ones. It's about recognizing that every obstacle, every setback, is an opportunity for growth, a chance to refine your character and strengthen your resolve. It's about understanding that the path to virtue is not a smooth, paved road, but a rugged, mountainous terrain, and that the challenges you face are the very things that make the journey worthwhile. This acceptance, this love of fate, is not resignation, but a profound affirmation of life, a recognition that even in the midst of suffering, there is meaning to be found. And this brings us to the crucial element of purpose. The Stoics believed that a life without purpose is a life adrift, a ship without a rudder. Your purpose, your telos, is your guiding star, the North Star that keeps you on course, even when the storms of life threaten to overwhelm you. It's not necessarily about finding some grand, world-changing mission, but about identifying what truly matters to you, what gives your life meaning and direction. It's about aligning your actions with your values, about living with integrity and authenticity. This sense of purpose provides the motivation to persevere, the resilience to overcome obstacles, and the inner peace that comes from knowing you are living a life of meaning. Now let us turn our gaze inward. Ask yourself, what are the habits you need to cultivate to live a life of virtue and purpose? What small, consistent actions can you take each day to move closer to your ideal self? It might be as simple as practicing gratitude, reflecting on the good in your life, even amidst difficulties. It could be dedicating time to self-reflection, examining your thoughts and actions, and identifying areas for improvement. It might involve practicing empathy, seeking to understand and connect with others, and contributing to the well-being of your community. Or it could be as fundamental as prioritizing your physical and mental health, recognizing that a sound mind and body are essential for a life of purpose. The journey of self-improvement is not a sprint, but a marathon. It requires patience, perseverance, and a willingness to embrace the inevitable setbacks and stumbles. But with each step you take, with each habit you cultivate, you are building a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. You are becoming the person you were meant to be, the person you have the potential to be. And as you progress on this journey, you will discover that the true reward is not the destination, but the process itself, the daily practice of living with virtue and purpose. Let us return to the image of the Stoic sage, the ideal of wisdom and virtue that they aspired to. This is not some unattainable ideal, but a guiding principle, a reminder that we are all capable of growth and transformation. The sage is not perfect, but they are constantly striving to improve, to live in accordance with reason and nature. They are not immune to adversity, but they possess the inner strength to navigate life's challenges with equanimity and grace. They are not seeking external validation, but they find fulfillment in living a life of virtue and purpose. And so, as you embark on your own journey, remember that you are not alone. You are part of a long lineage of individuals who have sought to live a life of meaning and purpose, who have embraced the Stoic principles of virtue, reason, and resilience. You are part of a community of individuals who are striving to become better versions of themselves. And together we can create a world that is more just, more compassionate, and more meaningful. The choice, as always, is yours. Will you embrace the wisdom of the ages and embark on the journey of self-transformation? Will you cultivate the habits that will enable you to live a life of virtue and purpose? Will you become the architect of your own destiny, the master of your own soul? The path is clear, the wisdom is tested. The only question is, will you have the courage to begin? And as you take that first step, remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Your journey begins now.